What's going on, people? Welcome back to Blues Fans TV. Welcome back to another video for you guys today. And in this video, we're going to be doing a predicted 11 for the Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid game. One of the biggest games, if not the biggest game in our season so far. Biggest game for Chelsea, low-key, of the last few years as well, because it gives us the opportunity to progress to the quarterfinals of the Champions League for the first time since the 13-14 season. And yes, guys, it has really been that long since we've been in the quarterfinals. We are one of the biggest teams in Europe, but we haven't really been showing it in the Champions League. We've low-key been moving a little bit like Arsenal, like our little neighbours up in North London. Yeah, the only reason why no one's really noticed that is because we've been out of the Champions League for a few years. We've dropped into the Europa League. We've never consistently been in the Champions League. But now is a perfect opportunity for us to actually put our name amongst Europe's elite. For the first time, we could actually be progressing through to the quarterfinals. We go into this game with a 1-0 aggregate lead. We've got an away goal that we've taken from Bucharest, courtesy of Olivier Giroud, and another wonder goal for the Olivier Giroud goal comp, which I swear down, he's going to end his career with one of the greatest goal compilations of all time. We are going to delve into our predicted 11 later on in the video. I do want to say right now, if you guys haven't done so already, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, press the bell notification button as well. And also, while you're down there, check out the very reliable OneFootball app, the most reliable app for all your footballing news, whether you're on Android, whether you're on Apple. Check it out, the most reliable football news regarding all things Chelsea, all things Premier League, hell, all things Europe as well. Check it out, and also check out the new transfer indicator app that they've just launched as well, which will help you to track the reliability for all your transfer rumors that you may be hearing on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, wherever it may be. Check it out. The OneFootball app is down in the description below. Let's go straight into our predicted 11 for this game. And low-key, with the international break coming 2.5 weeks, we don't have to worry too much about future fixtures as well. We can finally look for a bit of a break period for us as fans, and for some players, for them as well, because they might not even be travelling. Thomas Tuchel's already been speaking about a ban for potential red list places for countries that are seriously suffering under the virus, which I still can't say because I don't want us to get demonetized, but it's 2021, you already know what we mean. But as usual, we are going to go into the predicted 11 because we can start off in goal, but we don't need to stay on for too long because you already know it's going to be the Senegalese sensation himself, Edouard Mendy, in between the sticks. We are not playing Kepa, we are not playing Caballero. Czech's not coming in for this game. We don't need to speak too much. And Edouard Mendy's had an amazing first season for Chelsea. We already said the standard was literally on the floor based on how horrific our goalkeeping was last season. But he's raised that standard a little bit as well. Leeds game as well, saved us, our man of the match by a mile. Yeah, no reason for him to get dropped for this game. Edouard Mendy starts. Moving into the back three, and there's a bit of a question over whether Thiago Silva slots back into the back three for this game. Obviously, we could do with his experience in a game like this, but I also question his sharpness for this match as well. Last game he started was, I think it was the Tottenham game before he came off injured, and that was about 6-7 weeks ago. And it wouldn't really be that wise to throw him into a game of this magnitude without any sort of sharpness before that, not even any bit of game time coming off the bench. To be honest, with the way our back three's been performing over the last 6 or 7 games, there's also no reason to bench them either, if we're really being honest about it. The Danish Maldini, Andreas Christensen, has been balling out in the middle of a back three, and he has fit Thiago Silva's shoes like an absolute glove. So there's no reason for him to get dropped into this game. And to be honest, Tuchel said both of them can play in the back three anyway. Christensen can play either side of a back three. Thiago Silva has played on either side of a back three for PSG as well. So there is the potential that you could see both of them play in the same formation, but I don't think Thiago Silva's going to get risked for this game. I feel like if there was any chance he'd be ready for this match, we would have tried to use him in some sort of fashion in the Leeds United game to try and build up his sharpness. I have a bit of reservation about playing him for this game, but it's also the case where if he was to start, I wouldn't be too worried because Thiago Silva's been by far and away our best centre-back, both on ability and form throughout the season as well. So if Thiago Silva was to slot back into the lineup, I'd be cautious, but I'd be optimistic as well, because we know what Thiago Silva's quality would be, and with 2 other centre-backs next to him on either side as well, it would minimise any potential errors. So Thiago Silva could slot into this lineup, but I also don't see it happening, mainly just because of sharpness. So I see Andreas Christensen keeping his spot in the middle of a back 3, and Rudiger and Azpilicueta on either side of him as well. Like we said, there's no reason for either of them two to get dropped either. That entire back 3 has been imperious over the last 7 to 8 games. It's been excellent from all 3 of them. Rudiger as well did a very good job of getting himself under Luis Suarez's skin in that match, so I would like to see round 2 of that as well, just a tribal side of me too. Antonio Rudiger has to start, he's been excellent too, and Azpilicueta just for leadership purposes as well, he has to start. Moving on to the wing backs, and left wing back is just a bit of a howler in itself, because usually I would push for Ben Chilwell. I do still think Ben Chilwell has the highest ceiling, but for me it's like I can't push for Ben Chilwell when he's in form like this. He had a really bad performance against Leeds, and to be honest, he's been poor since the turn of the year. And even though I have my reservations about Marcos Alonso, he's turned up in most of the games that we've played him in. And he's also turned up against teams with a defensive mindset as well, because it allows us to throw extra bodies forward. And that's when Marcos Alonso becomes more of a useful player to us. He had an excellent performance in the first leg against Atletico Madrid too. Like, he was one of our big worry points going into that game, and I was watching him in the first half and I was like, right, this guy's actually semi-decent, you know. I'll give him his credit where it's due. He's really dominating this game on the left-hand side, and he had a solid performance. So with that, combined with Ben Chilwell's form too, I don't see any reason why Marcos Alonso wouldn't start this game. Based on form, based on current form against Atletico Madrid as well, he just has to start. And Ben Chilwell, he really has to up his performances before he gets into games of this magnitude. Moving on to right wing back, and we did play Hudson-Odoi there in the first leg, but I feel now that Atletico Madrid actually have to come out and try and chase the game a little bit, it might be better for us to go with a little bit of a defensive mind for this game. So I prefer Reece James for this at right wing back, and that's not to say that Hudson-Odoi isn't going to start in general. You lot can find out for sure later on in the video, but right now I'd say we'd rather go for Reece James, because yes, he has struggled going forward in a right wing back position. I think he's still trying to assimilate into that position a bit more, but he's much better defensively, and I feel like that's what we're going to need a lot more going into this sort of game. So I'm going to go for Reece James at right wing back. Moving into the 2 in midfield, and low-key this also speaks for itself. Jorginho suspended for this game, and Mason Mount suspended for this game too. We are not risking Billy Gilmour in a game like this, even though I low-key think he could have a good game in this. He has a habit of balling out in games you don't expect him to, but same way, we are not going to risk it in this game. We're going to go for Kante and Kovacic, and as individuals, excellent. I have my reservations about how good they are as a midfield 2 in terms of their partnership, but we're here, innit? Like, this is the midfield 2 that's probably going to start. Jorginho can't come into the team, so it is what it is. Kante and Kovacic will be there together, and defensively they will be solid. I just worry about how many turnovers we're going to have. N'Golo Kante is really such a catch-22 player right now. He will break up play excellently like nobody else, but he loses the ball so much more than he used to too, and that's why it's just a bit of a struggle with him, because he'll win the ball and then he'll lose the ball, and then he'll win the ball and he'll lose the ball back. So it's all about just what he does with the final pass, and to be honest, the same thing you could say for Kovacic at points, but I give Kovacic his praise too, because he's really improved his final ball in recent games too. But yeah, Kante and Kovacic will start. And moving into the front 3, I think, because Atletico Madrid, even though they will have to come out for this game, I still think they're going to have some sort of defensive mindset, because this is Atletico Madrid. I think we'll need to go for Olivier Giroud up front again, because we need someone that's going to be able to bring those balls down. And at the very least, we need players around him so we'll be able to feed the ball into them too. And we know Olivier Giroud's deficiencies. We just have to play to his strengths. But if we work on just getting the ball up to him in the air, I feel like that's how we can get the best out of him in this sort of game. We just need to be better with our crosses into the box as well. There was plenty of times in the first leg where I'll give credit. There was times where we were whipping in some decent balls. There was also times where we really missed the target there too. But Olivier Giroud's perfect for this game, and also with what he's done for us in the first leg too, I wouldn't drop him for this game either. On either side of him, I'd go for Callum Hudson-Odoi. Just a little bit more instinctive, and he seems just that much more comfortable, especially when he finally gets the ball into the final third. So I'd go for Hudson-Odoi on the left-hand side. And on the right, it has to be King Kai himself, Kai Havertz. He's been in excellent form since finally making his return from the virus, and he has to be a shoo-in for this game as well. We're going to have him in a right forward position. It's an area that he loved to roam around at Bayer Leverkusen as well, so he should still be comfortable in that role. But that's the formation that I think is going to be best for us to get the best result at Atletico Madrid. Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Just to round that up, that team was Edouard Mendy in goal, Andreas Christensen, Rudiger, Azpilicueta as our back three, with Reece James and Marcos Alonso as our wing backs. Kante and Kovacic as the midfield two, with Olivier Giroud up front and Kai Havertz and Callum Hudson-Odoi on either side of him. Let me know you guys' thoughts. Let me know if you agree with my lineup. Let me know if you think I was chatting absolute arse for 10 minutes. Just let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Blues Fans TV. Check out Carefree Lewis G if you haven't done so already. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the watch along. Let's hope it is just as fun as the first leg was. Take care, like and subscribe, and up the Chels.